Last week, GolfChannel.com reported that Cam Smith won $2.5 million for winning the 150th edition of the Open Championship. This year, the championship was held at the Royal and Ancient Golf Club of St Andrews in Scotland, also known as the home of golf. The article, Who Invented Golf, by Farrell Evans, published March 30th of this year, stated that golf has been played since the 1400s and has gone through many changes, but many things have also stayed the same. Originally, golf clubs were made solidly of wood, and although most are now made of some type of metal, the shapes and purposes have stayed mostly the same. There is a limit of 14 clubs that any golfer is allowed to have in his bag during a round of golf. On most holes, the driver is the club used first because it allows the ball to travel the furthest. Drivers, or woods, as they were originally known, were made of wood, but now most commercially made clubs are made of a type of metal. The woods originally used were hickory or persimmon. Now most materials that make clubs up are titanium or composite metal and are almost completely hollow. They are typically the first club used on holes with pars more than 3. They travel the furthest because of the lowest center of gravity, and they are hit off a tee, promoting longer ball flight. They also have the largest surface area, and according to the USGA handbook that was updated January 1st of 2019, the maximum volume of a driver head is 460 cubic centimeters. Next, but no less important, are the irons. The irons are typically made of solid forged metal or cavity-filled metal. Most skilled players opt for the forged clubs, and the cavity-filled clubs offer more forgiveness for the amateur. The style typically used for distances less than 200 yards from the green and in. Numbered 1 to 9, the numbers indicate the different levels of loft in each club. The more loft a club has, the higher it flies and typically travels a less distance. The 10 iron is very rare, so clubs lofted more than 9 are called wedges. The lofts of wedges range from 45 to 60 degrees. They are the same design as irons, and they are designed to hit high shots that land softly on the green and limit the rollout of the golf ball. The wedge selection depends on the lie of the golf ball, and there are 4 types of wedges. The pitching wedge, which is used to pitch the ball from short distances. The gap wedge, which gaps between the pitching wedge and the sand wedge. The sand wedge, which is typically hit from sand bunkers. And the lob wedge, which is used to hit the ball extremely high and travel short distances intentionally. Wedges are typically gapped by 4 degrees. After the ball lands on the green, the club used to get the ball in the hole is called the putter or the flat stick. It is the most used club in the bag unless the elusive hole-in-one is achieved. According to the USGA handbook, last updated January 1st, 2019, the putter is a club not exceeding 10 degrees and is designed primarily for use on the putting green. It is used to roll the ball to the 4.5-inch cup. The standard length of a putter is between 34 and 35 inches. The head is either a flat blade or a wide mallet design. Though the clubs vary in style and material, their purpose remains the same. The 4 clubs that I spoke about, the driver, irons, wedges, and putter, commonly found in any golfer's arsenal. Even with the proper tools, any player must spend time practicing to get better at the sport. As the great Arnold Palmer said, golf is deceptively simple and endlessly complicated. It satisfies the soul and frustrates the intellect. It is at the same time rewarding and maddening, and is without the greatest game mankind has ever created.